with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one you had envisioned for yourself, but what the hell else are you going to do about it? Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself is not a very successful strategy, because I did that for a long time and it don't help nothing. I need to tell you, I don't feel good. I know, shocker, right? But I have had a really weird day. I was horribly nauseous this morning, which is not unusual. But then it turned into a crazy ass headache. But flip side of that, I am getting close to time for another Botox migraine treatment, and it does kind of it wears off a little bit. I've been under a lot of damn stress lately, but oh, I hate that. It was just like a light went off. Like, what the hell was I talking about? I don't have a good segue into tonight's topic, but I think it does surprise people who haven't known me a long time. I used to be a heavy smoker. I was a heavy smoker for a long time. I smoked for 20, 21 years, probably all total. I started when I was really young, and I quit for good in 2010. Not looking back, I don't miss it. Now I'll admit, for the first couple years, every once in a while, I had a nowhere to be like, man, I really want some nicotine. But I was really lucky because all I had to do was smell it. Like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. But let's talk about how to quit, because it's really freaking hard to quit. But you know what? It is doable, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. By the way, there is no outside source for this information. This is based on my experience. So yeah, I smoked for like 20 years. Um, I had quit. I had quit in the middle of that for, I don't know, I'd quit for 2 years or so. And I started again, which was so dumb. But it's an addiction, and addictions are very tricky to deal with. So here's what you need to know. First thing you need to know, the smoker has to want to quit. It doesn't matter how much evidence that you can show, they have to want to quit. This is going to be buckle up, kids. This is going to be a hell of a ride, because I am really struggling to focus tonight. But according to the CDC, nicotine addiction is the most common chemical dependency in the United States. Although, now I'm thinking, when I looked that up, I should have put a date on that, because I wonder if that's changed now, because people don't smoke like they used to. Anyway, in 94, the New York Times ran an article, and they said that they asked heavy cocaine users to compare the urge to use cocaine versus their urge to smoke. 45% of heavy cocaine users said the urge to smoke was as strong or stronger than the urge to use cocaine. Amongst alcoholics, that number rose to 50%. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen anybody who's a severe alcoholic or a severe cocaine addict, but that's a really powerful testimony that they're saying it's 50%, 50-50. The booze or the cigarettes. That's so wild to me. Anyway, when you're dealing with someone who has an addiction, or maybe you're the one that has the nicotine addiction, people always used to come at me with the health risk. Well, no shit, I know that. I'm not stupid. Everybody who smokes is fully aware of the health risk. I guarantee you they are aware. And if by some miracle they've never heard it from anyone else, I promise they've had that conversation with their medical professional, because I don't care what you think, smokers, everybody knows that you smoke. I don't care how careful you think you are at hiding that smell. It lingers and it follows you around like a little cloud, like Pigpen from Peanuts. Most smokers understand the risks. The addiction is stronger than the fear of the health issues. And there's always that sense that people always get that, well, it's not going to happen to me, until it does. I have a friend and former colleague who's an amazing lady, and she's very intelligent. She holds an advanced degree. She's educated, she's smart, really sweet and funny. She ended up with COPD from smoking. And a mutual friend came to me and was very upset with me and demanded, "You need to go tell her to quit." I said, "No, I really don't." "Well, yes, you do. You're her friend." I said, "You're right. I am her friend. And as her friend, it's not my place to be judgmental. It's not my place to come down on her. I promise you, her doctors had that conversation with her. As her friend, my job is to support her and love her." And you know what? I never said a word to Julia about her smoking. It wasn't my place. She knows. She's not stupid. But what the mutual didn't understand was how powerful that addiction is. So how do you quit? You got to want it. You got to want it really gosh damn bad, because it is not easy. WebMD suggests, and I agree, first you got to find your why. Your reason to quit has to be more powerful than your urge to smoke. My dad, I was really surprised when I found this out, actually, because I never saw my dad smoke ever. But my dad apparently was a pretty heavy smoker. And when one of my brothers was little, he had fallen and was crying, and my dad was trying to run up the stairs. So I wasn't even born at this time. So this is just what I've heard from the family. But my dad tried to run up the stairs to get his baby. And he was so out of breath, and he realized, "Oh shit, I can't do this." So he quit. Apparently he quit like right there on the spot, never smoked again. But he had his why. Being there, being able to run to help his children meant more to him than his addiction. Now, on a side note, if you're a parent and you hear that and you think, "Well, crap, I don't feel that way." Don't beat yourself up, because everybody's why is different. And this is a tremendously powerful addiction that you're dealing with. Logic and addiction don't go hand in hand, but you got to find your why. You need to prepare. Oh, you know what I don't have written down here, and I should? You need to have your why, and you need to write it down. I would recommend you put it in your phone so that you can pick it up and look at it whenever you need it, because that urge is going to be there for a while. You need to prepare. You need to pick a quit date. And you know what you need to do? You need to line up support. You need to tell people, "Hey, I'm quitting on this day." The first time I quit, I used, actually, we'll get into that later if I don't forget. But pick a quit date and enlist support. Tell your friends, tell your family, and tell them, "I don't want you to nag me, but I need you to support me. I need you to uplift me, because this is going to be hard for me." Consider nicotine replacements, the patch, gum, lozenges. Now, I did not nicotine replacements. You can talk to your doctor about medications, but some of these medications have pretty severe side effects, including depression and suicidal thoughts. And if you're quitting smoking, you're going through enough stress. You don't need to be taking a medication that's going to amplify those feelings of depression and of feeling out of control, because yeah, it's not a good place to be. You need to lean on your loved ones. Again, tell tell people your quit date. Put it in your damn phone. Make a big deal out of it. Maybe even do a countdown calendar. 14 days of smoking left, 13 days of smoking left. Unless that gives you anxiety, then get rid of it. But do something. You've got to enlist help. And here's the thing, even though nicotine is a stimulant, if you're a smoker, you find smoking very relaxing. So you need to find alternatives. You need to be ready with alternatives. Exercise is a really good one. Meditation, acupuncture, yoga, which is exercise, I realize, but something that you can do to A, distract you, and B, keep you calm. You need to avoid your triggers. For me, it was driving, which now I can't. There's nothing more horrifying than the thought of being trapped in a freaking small car with somebody smoking a nasty ass cigarette. But I was a heavy smoker. I smoked in my car. Driving was really hard. Coffee was hard. Booze is a big trigger for a lot of people. You need to clean your house. Get rid of all your ashtrays. And you know what? If you move your if you smoked in your house and you start cleaning it, move all your pictures, take your pictures down, and you'll see the big outline on your wall. And hopefully that'll help you remember, oh shit, I don't want to go back to that. I don't need to do this to myself, because if it's doing that to your walls, what's it doing to your lungs? You need to get moving. Being active is going to help curb the cravings. The worst thing you can do is sit around and think all day, oh God, I need a cigarette. Oh God, I need a cigarette. You're not gonna succeed. If you don't have a plan better than that, you're gonna have a really, really hard time succeeding. Now, don't go on a diet. Eat a little healthier. Eat more fruits and vegetables. Bonus, it's going to fill you up and it's going to help offset some of the potential weight gain. And you know what? It's okay if you put on a few pounds. You're far better off gaining 5 or 10, even 15 pounds than you are smoking. You need to choose your reward. I knew a guy who quit smoking, and he used to buy a pack a day, and he'd put his smoking money in a jar. And he took him and his girlfriend, this was a long time ago, but him and his girlfriend took a really nice trip to Hawaii. Find your reward. For me, it was a set of really nice knives. That was something I'd wanted, and I was too frugal to spend the money. And then I realized one day, my gosh, all this money I spent on cigarettes, it didn't take me very long to save up enough to buy a nice set of knives. You need to know that this is a process. If at first you don't succeed, then try again. You're probably going to fail. Most people do. It took me twice. Most people fail. You know, it's just when you learn to walk, you didn't give up because you failed the first couple hundred times. If you want it bad enough, you're going to just keep trying. And I know that sounds kind of Pollyanna-ish, but it's the truth. You know what got me through? After the first week about flat out, I was just sweating bullets. I was so bitchy and miserable. But after that first week, second week wasn't a whole lot easier, but it's like, okay, I don't want to have to go through that first week ever again. And then after the second week, it's like, okay, I don't want to have to go through those first 2 weeks ever again. And truthfully, after the first month, things really settled down for me both times that I quit. But you got to know it's a process, and you're going to have to be kind to yourself. You're going to stumble. And even after I said I quit in 2010, and I did, but I smoked literally a handful of cigarettes probably over the next year. Yeah, it's probably about a year or so. And I never had the urge to really pick up the habit again. It was just, if I was in a social setting where I was with women who were smoking, and especially if we were drinking booze, hey man, can I have a cigarette? But be kind to yourself. You're going to stumble. You're going to trip. It's okay. You just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start over. Again, the thing that kept me going after that first month, both times, that especially when I quit. The first time I quit, I used a medication. And it worked. I'm not going to lie to you, it worked pretty well. But then I read about the side effects. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need this. The second time I quit cold turkey. And that was definitely harder. But I also felt a lot more in control after that first month. And so after the first month, all I kept telling myself was, I don't want to have to put myself through that first month again. And that's what has kept me from picking the habit back up. Well, now I wouldn't anyway, because it's just nasty. It's just, I'm sorry if you're a smoker, but that's nasty. But it's an addiction, and I get it. You need to remember, and this is the cool part, time is on your side. After the first day, the carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop to normal levels. Oh, I said levels twice. Oh, well. Within 2 to 3 weeks, your risk of a heart attack decreases. So 2 to 3 weeks. If you can get through those first 3 weeks, your risk of a heart attack decreases. Your carbon monoxide levels go back to normal, and you've made it through the hardest part. It's 21 days. You can do anything. You can do anything for 21 days. It may not seem like it at the time. But again, if I can quit, anybody can quit. That's just a fact. But it's hard. And you have to forgive me. I got my box in the background because I'm packing to move. I'm leaving Sunday to get out of the Alaskan winter because I hate it. And yeah, that's part of why I don't feel good. I'm really stressed. Stress doesn't always have to be something negative, but it's a lot of pressure. I'm under a lot of pressure at work. I've got to get all this stuff. I've got to figure out what I'm taking. I've got to sort through, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I'll make it. Because by God, and I use this all the time. If I can quit smoking, I can do damn near anything. So anyway, that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for your patience. You have any questions, drop me a line on Twitter at Alaskan Courtney. I try to be responsive. And do I have anything else to say? No, I don't guess I do. I'll see. God, I hate it when I get like this. I'll see you Friday at 5 o'clock Alaska time.